I'm just gonna talk. You guys hear me fine? Okay. You'll have to forgive. That's me right there. Yeah. You'll have to forgive me. I'm normally, when I talk about air guitar or play air guitar, I'm wearing very little clothes, as you can see a minute ago. So like I wear this loincloth that's made of old women's purses that I collected from thrift stores in Chicago, and a bag of hair extensions I found in a trash can, and had them sewn together to make this piece of whatever you want to call it, loincloth we'll call it, in a leather like manly chest piece that I play air guitar and I transformed into this character named Nordic Thunder. But before I really dive into like what air guitar is for me personally and where it's led me on my travels, I think it'd be great if we you all stepped out of your comfort zone, much like I am, wearing clothing in front of you. I think we should all stand up, and we're going to do a quick lesson on air guitar, and then we're all going to play. Okay, so first thing you need to know is that you need an air guitar. So reach into the sky or down next to you, wherever you have an air guitar, and place it around your shoulders. If you're right-handed, you're going to pick with your right hand, or if you're left-handed, you're going to pick with your left hand. So grab a pick from the air. Okay, everyone's got their pick. And that's what you're going to strum your strings with. Your other hand will be where you'll play the notes on the fret of the air guitar. You must plug it in, so grab your cord, plug your air guitar in. Now you're ready to rock. So some things we need to know is, let's everyone pick together real quick, get a good feel for how it feels to pick an air guitar. You must also use your face when playing air guitar. So here's a move I like to call the tongue flick. Everyone do this. Okay, maybe make a little scary face. Maybe a happy face too while you play air guitar. Some other moves would be a pick slide. You slide your pick up the neck of the air guitar. It's going to make like a noise. This one might be kind of tricky, but there's a windmill. Don't hit your neighbor. Kicks, you can do jumps, you can do all of this. So let's spread out, let's get the air circulating in here, and we're all going to play a track that I thought most would be familiar with. It's called Panama by the band Van Halen. So whenever we're ready, you can start that track. I don't know if I said earlier, but I'm originally a Wyoming native. I moved to Chicago, I think it's been 11 years now. I moved here with the intent of going to Columbia College. where I studied film, and I wanted to graduate, and then move back to Wyoming, get the hell away from this city because it was too much for me to handle, and go back and shoot nature documentaries. That was my grand plan, but things changed along the way. I met a lady who's here with me today. Wow. All right. And I also discovered this thing called air guitar that allows me to look like a complete idiot and act like an idiot in front of strangers, and there's nothing more freeing than that I've ever experienced. So I discovered this air guitar competitions existed, and on the surface I was just attracted to it because it was just completely fucking ridiculous. It was so absurd and so stupid. And when I found out it existed, I was like, this is for me. I'm an idiot. I want to be the best at being a complete moron. And so I started in 2006, was doing all these competitions. It allowed me for the very first time to go to New York City, which was a big deal. I went to LA for the first time, and San Francisco, and all these places in the United States to go play air guitar in front of thousands of people. It was just the greatest thing. So my initial attraction to this was just this absurdity, but then once I started winning more high-profile titles, like when I won the US title in 2011, I was sent to Oulu, Finland, which is the capital of air guitar. They host Air Guitar World Championships in this very small northern town in Finland. And I came in second in the world that year, and I was there for an entire week. And by the end of this trip, I had gone past the fact that I was there for a competition. It was no longer about getting up on stage and playing air guitar and winning this competition. It was more about meeting these people from all over the world, many of which we didn't even speak the same language. The first night you're there, you get naked with them and you get into a sauna, and you're drinking beer, and then you're walking around the woods naked, building fires, and like, when you build a fire naked with a man in Japan who doesn't speak the language, you become, there's things that happen. So I got greedy for this feeling, and I was like, I have to come back here. I have to find a way to come back. So since I didn't win the competition, I had to figure a way to get back the following year. So what I did was I paid for myself to go back to Finland and entered a dark horse competition, which they host the night before the World Finals, and they take the top 5 competitors and allow them to go on and compete in the main stage the next night. And I came in 4th place. I tied for 4th, so essentially the last spot you could get in, and I just barely made it into the big show. And by making it to the big show, I had an opportunity to win the whole thing, which I did. I won the world title of air guitar. That's the world is something. Makes my parents very proud. Anyway, but much more importantly, it has being given these opportunities. So since 2000, when we did our interview for this book, I only left the country twice. And both times were to go play air guitar. Since 2011, I've now been to Finland 7 times. I did a 2-week tour of Finland, starting in Helsinki and all the way up to the Arctic Circle. I performed in Poland at a place called the Polish Woodstock in front of nearly 500,000 people, which was just phenomenal. I've done workshops in Germany in front of like scientists and college professors. I've done workshops with children. I've done workshops with gentlemen who use musical therapy on kids who suffer from mental disabilities and finding ways to connect with them through the power of music and emotion. So this thing has allowed me to completely strip myself of any sort of wall or emotional barrier that I may have, and discovered that by being completely honest and by being completely pure and real and looking people in the eyes when you speak to them, you can open yourself up in such a way that it's this silent way of communicating. You can see it, you can feel it amongst people. And I feel extremely blessed to be involved in this community. And I've discovered that I'm not the only person that feels this way amongst these other air guitarists. We all, come and we're very vulnerable. We don't speak the language, but we're throwing ourselves in the mix of this craziness that happens. And they're all genuinely good people, and we all really, the purpose of this competition, I should tell you that, is to promote world peace. And the saying is you can't hold a gun if you're holding an air guitar. So on the surface it is this very silly thing, but on the underbelly, if you're willing to look past the curtain, you can see that these are real, and I use the word humanitarians because they are humanitarians, and they're peace ambassadors. And I strongly believe that if the rest of the world acted the way these air guitarists do towards one another and project this positivity in the world, that we would all be living